Back to school! What a disappointment of an alarm clock. I thought it was going to be more epic. No. And even if you haven't got children, or if you are not really back to school yourself, you can feel this sort of back to the routine after the holidays. And these sort of books to make lists or to organize yourself are really convenient. They are really good to have by hand. And they're really cheap. They are quite affordable, and they come always well, with nothing on, really. So we're going to make a cover for it. And I'm going to be using one of these poplins that are really colorful and eye-catching. Every time I see one of these pieces in the Redmond box at my fabric store, I get it, even though I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's always handy to have. And if you like this kind of videos, consider subscribing, because I do almost about anything. I sew things for the house, clothing, accessories, so don't forget to subscribe. Well, this project is going to be done in half an hour. You'll see it's really easy. There's no complications, there's no zips, there's no buttons, nothing, just a slip cover. And then it's ideal for beginners as well to start sewing something and to use all these little pieces we have around. So watch until the end. These kind of notebooks are really common and they come in different measurements. I'm going to give you mine because people always ask me about measurements, but don't be obsessed with that. This one is not even 21 centimeters long by 15 wide, but what you have to take into account is when you measure yours, you have to go around all of your book and then see how tall it is, how high the measurement, the length of it, so you're sure about what to do. And then you need 1 centimeter extra around it because we're going to sew it inside out, and then we're going to top stitch it. And once you cut it, make sure you can wrap it and that you're doing well. Well, this goes like so, and then I'm going to need another 2 pieces of fabric that are going to be half the cover, like so, and I'm going to sew them this way because this is where the book is going to slip in. And the same size of the cover, I'm going to cut in another fabric for the lining, which I'm going to be using a black poplin. And I'm going to interface in the skull fabric. Interfacing is really good. Anything you want to make stronger, thicker, or a bit more sturdier, it's really good for that. There are a million different types of interfacing, there are different thicknesses, there are different colors, and there are even some double-sided, so they have glue on both sides in case you want to glue together 2 different fabrics. And it's really useful, and not only for that, I always use it to repair stuff. When you have a rip in a pair of jeans, for example, if you interface it first, then you can mend it properly and it won't move, because even if you use pins, you use another fabric, it's going to be flimsy. So if you use that, they stick together and then you can mend it really easily. And I'm going to be using this one my mother-in-law gave me. It's quite thick, it's the thickest one I've ever had, and I think it's going to look amazing. And on the inside, I'm going to interface only half of the flaps. And now assembling all of this is going to be so easy. It's going to be our fabric, main fabric, the 2 inside flaps we have, being careful of what you sew, and then the lining. All of this is going to be sewn all around, but we need to turn it right sides out. So we're going to leave a bit open. I'm going to pin it. And be careful about the side you choose to, and be careful about this side because you need the nice one on the inside. And to sew corners easily, when you get there, you leave your needle in, you lift your presser foot, and then you rotate 90 degrees to put the presser foot down again and keep on sewing. And like we always do when we sew corners, we're going to get rid of them. We're going to cut them so they are not in the way when we turn the piece inside out, well, right sides out. And we're going to cut a bit of the excess fabric so it's not in the way, because it's going to be too much. Now we're going to carefully turn it right sides out and see how it's sewn, because sometimes not all the fabrics get sewn or things like that. We can go back to the machine, it's not a problem, we don't have to stress out. And this is the project. It's a really easy one, it's quite enjoyable, you can have it done in half an hour, and that way you personalize your books, your notebooks, your diaries, or maybe even your books if you don't want to know what you're reading. So come and make one yourself, and don't forget to subscribe because it's quite fun, everything we do in the sewing room, even when we cut the book while cutting our fabric.